Welcome back to the Retro Wave. I am your host, El Tiburon. And this month we're talking our favorite WWF themes from 1995 to 1999. And as always, I got my buddy, my old pal, SoCal indie wrestling legend, Mr. One Night Dance, Mr. 24/7, Mr. I couldn't log into the the stream.
Yeah.
So I have to
exactly.
So I have to use a phone call, old school, a phone call. Well, not really old school because I'm calling him through Instagram, but old schoolish. My buddy Sexy Chino. What's going on, Sexy Chino?
I'm good, man. I don't know about my service, but I don't know what's going on. But technology is bad for, I guess, old dinosaurs like me.
You're using that Del Taco Wi-Fi, I think.
Hey, man, I have very expensive Wi-Fi. I'll tell you that. I don't know.
Yeah. So, this month we're gonna rank our 10 favorite WWF themes from 95 to 99. We've covered the 80s. We've covered 1990 to 94. Go look at those episodes in the archives. Those were had some bangers in there. And this month we're gonna finish off the 90s, 95 to 99. Before we start ranking our songs, I kind of wanted to talk about this 95 to 99 era. It's a very interesting era for the WWF. It feels like it's the transition from post New Generation to Attitude, right?
Yeah, you're right.
How do you feel about
'Cause,
95 to 99?
95 to 99 is like you said, it's the build up. Like we talked about in the past, like things have to build up. So even because like the generations are changing because new generation, and it's getting close to that attitude era. Because like I said, 96 they were getting a little more edgier than 95 with the TL Hoppers and
Yeah,
the Freddie Joe Floyd, and like the Isaac Yankums, they were like kids, but now they knew like because remember 95 started the Monday Night Wars.
yeah. Nitro. That's when Nitro started, right? 95.
It's Yeah, so like wrestling was like starting that wave, and WCW used to try to pick up on something to get it going. So that's why like 95 to 99 are very intriguing years because that's becoming the build up to as a lot of people would say the Attitude Era, the boom year.
Yeah. If you watch like a pay-per-view at 95 and then watch one in like let's say 98, it's gonna be completely different, and it's only like a couple years apart.
Yeah, because you were talking to me about earlier, like you were old school matches, like you appreciate more than some of the new Attitude Era matches.
Not. I've said it. I've said it in the past. I'm gonna say it again. I was not a fan of the Attitude Era. And you know what I've been noticing now, like on social media? I've noticed some posts saying like, "Oh, I guess the Attitude Era didn't age that well," and I didn't like it back then. And I was, and it should have hit with me because I was a teenager at that time. But when I was watching it, I was like, "It's just raunchy. The wrestling isn't at the level that WCW had. You know, WCW had the cruiserweights and guys like Benoit and Malenko, Guerrero. You weren't getting that match quality over on the WWF during 98. So even for me back then, I didn't like it. And I just thought it was raunch. I was like, if I wanted to watch some boobies, if you will. Oh, hold on, let me try it again. The boing button was broken on. All right, fixed.
No, I think you messed up the word on booby. That's the whole point.
The boobies. I wanted to see that. I would have just sifted through my dad's porn stash, hidden porn stash, and that's what I felt about the Attitude Era. I don't know if you were a fan of the Attitude Era.
I was a fan of the Attitude Era. I was a fan of wrestling in general, But yeah, I think it's kind of sad that you just called out your dad. But
Sorry, Dad. But I did find that porn stash eventually. He just got out. He just got outed.
you
But
just out of your dad.
yeah, but yeah. So nonetheless, even though I wasn't a fan of the Attitude Era, it still had some bangers. Last time we gave a shout out to Jimmy Hart because he wrote a lot of the songs. Jimmy Hart and J.J. Maguire. This one we got to
Yeah.
give tip our hat to Jim Johnston. Is it Jim?
Oh my
It's Jim
God.
Johnston, right? It's not Johnson. Jim Johnston.
Jim Johnson. Yeah. And you talk about Jim Johnson, like think of some really iconic music because one of the things he used to always say is that he always wanted the songs to sound like a score from a movie, so it had to fit the persona of the wrestler.
Yeah, a good. I think he gets a little bit of shine in the Beyond the Mat from the '90s, the documentary, and he's kind of explaining. Remember, he's kind of explaining like, oh, Vader kind of walks like this, so his music should be kind of like this.
Yes.
Yeah, so this one's tipping our hat to the legend, a guy that should be in the Hall of Fame, Jim Johnston. Don't you agree?
Yeah, he should be in the Hall of Fame, but like Jim Johnson was one of those guys that was in the business, but really didn't care about the business as much as other people would. But he knew his job. He knew he had to make the music, like I said, recognizable. Because I'm telling you, when you hear like the Shawn Michaels, well, that's a Jimmy Hart thing, but you hear like an Undertaker, you know who it is right away. Or
Yeah,
like when he did or when he started doing the Rock's music, you know,
yeah,
it's like you knew right away who it was, and that's what music. That's why we appreciated different kind of musics. But like right now, unfortunately, like the new people like Def Rebel, they do some decent songs. I ain't denying that. But like if you like, sometimes you hear the music and it just doesn't fit the persona.
yeah,
That's what I see in my perspective. Like back in the old days, like you hear Sid's music, and like, oh yeah, that fits the guy right there. It's like, or you hear like or you hear like one of like when Bret Hart's song got hipped up. Remember, you knew who it was, or like even like when they were doing the DX,
yeah,
you know, you knew that was DX coming out, or like when the glass shattered, you knew that was Austin.
yeah. It was yeah. I think music is a huge part of the presentation, right? Because you hear that, like you said, you hear the glass break, and you see Stone Cold walk out with that. I think he called it the BM. What do you call it? BMF walk, the bad motherfucker walk, and he would have that
Yeah,
that theme, that like Rage Against the Machine inspired theme, and it just like it's that like that whole package. Um, the Undertaker, the lights dim, and you hear the very like the organs and the ominous music at all. It's part of the package. So shout out to Jim Johnston. Yeah, yeah. You were talking about Def Rebel. For those of you
yeah,
that don't know,
Dev
I
Rebel.
guess once Jim Johnston left, was it a group called CFO that was making all the music, and now it's Def
Yeah,
Rebel?
yeah, no, it's Dev Rebel. But CF4 has some good music too, and then Dev Rebel, they have a couple good hits, and like, but that it feels like some other ones don't fit the persona of the character, of the wrestler.
Yeah, I was watching a comparison on X. People were comparing like Shinsuke Nakamura's theme from CFO and his theme from Def Rebel, like different people's themes, and I was like, oh, why did they change that Nakamura theme? That was the like a awesome theme, the one that CFO had. But
Yeah,
but who knows? Maybe if they get enough complaints, I don't know. Maybe something's got to change because yeah, I hear the themes now, and I'm like, they don't hit the same like before. But maybe it's just because I'm older now, and I'm not as into the new product as I was into the old school stuff. So anyway, sexy Chino, enough flapping our gums.
okay.
People are not here to listen to us flap our gums. They want to hear these these Attitude Era, post New Generation themes. So we're gonna take a commercial break, come back, and rank our 10 favorite WWF themes.
All right, kid. Let's see what you got.
Anyone can talk the talk, but you can't walk the walk if you don't have the music.
This kid can move.
WWF Full Metal, the album. The entrance themes of your favorite WWF superstars.
This kid's no pencil McGeek.
They're all here on one fabulous CD.
This tunage makes me want to mosh.
Full Metal, the album. Available in all record stores now.
Man, when that CD was announced, I was so hyped. The was it Full Metal WWF the music?
Yes.
Because like I mentioned in the past, I didn't ever join the fan club. I didn't know that they gave you like music on cassette tapes. So when I saw like, whoa, we're gonna be able to listen to the music on a CD quality, like man, I think I've said it in the past. I took a bus with Billy, my friend Angel, all the way to Santa Monica from like Koreatown, LA, just because we knew I'm sure there was somewhere closer we could have bought it, but we knew there was a Best Buy there. So it was like a whole day adventure just to go buy that CD.
Yeah, I remember that CD too because I went to go look for it and I bought it at a store that's no longer around, Tower Records.
You went to is that Hollywood, or there was one in your?
No, that was one around my area, but yeah, there was a store like Tower Records, which was, if people don't remember, Tower Records was a really intriguing store because it had a lot of DVDs, movies. It also had like a bunch of CDs. It had magazines. I mean, it was a very good variety place.
Yeah, R.I.P. Tower Records. I think that's where I bought like my first DVDs. I remember when the DVD was a thing. R.I.P. to Tower Records. But yeah, let's rank our songs. So we're going from number 10 to number 1. Obviously, number 1 is our favorite. And I'm going to go first this time. So let's check out my number 10 favorite WWF theme. Remember, it's from 95 to 99. Let's check this one out. At my number 10 pick, I've got The Undertaker. I guess this is called like the Ministry of Darkness Undertaker theme, or Ministry Undertaker, or 1998 Undertaker theme. But I really dig this song. I remember, I think this was on WWF The Music Volume 4.
Yes.
And we used to backyard wrestle. I used to be a lowly, scummy backyard wrestler. And I remember one of the guys that wrestled, he had this theme, and the more I listened to it, I was like, man, this is kind of an awesome theme, this Undertaker theme. Yeah, I really like it. I think this was when Undertaker was kind of turning like a satanic kind of cultist character. He got like the Ministry of Darkness. He had Midian and Viscera, and eventually the Brood. He was kind of like almost like a satanic character. But yeah, I really love this theme. I think it fits him perfect during this time. Any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, but you forgot the Acolytes.
The Acolyte. How could I forget? How could I forget Bradshaw and Ron Simmons?
Well, yeah, no, this theme fit the Ministry of Darkness for sure. And it was like he was, if you hear the actual theme, it's like you can hear him talking tongues. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it sounds like he was probably like said something, and then Jim Johnston probably just put it in reverse. That's what it sounds like.
No, but yeah, he said, yeah, it's like he's talking tongues. I think that's what's called. But yeah, man, because that song itself with with his with him talking through it, that evil. If you remember the actual Titantron of it, you can see him like behind like his sitting on his logo, uh, and like the T in that seat, and he has like the hood over it. Dude, he looks like a druid himself. It's like, jeez, man, that was a presentation of the Undertaker that a lot of people were like. He looks more like very satanic, like you said.
Yeah.
Even he cut his beard that way. He really looked like that Lucifer character.
Oh yeah, that's a good comparison. Yeah, he was almost like the devil. He was like the devil kind of. He tried to remember that one Raw. He tried to crucify Stone Cold on that cross. And then oh no, he tried to crucify. Was it Stephanie? Then
Stephanie, yeah,
but then he wound up crucifying Stone Cold at some point, right?
yeah, he did get he did put Stone Cold in his cross and his logo. But
Hmm.
he did that time. Remember, it's like when he was trying to get Stephanie, he was actually trying to marry her. Remember?
Yeah, I remember that. And then I think Stone Cold came to her rescue, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, great theme, a good one. I think it like Undertaker is always evolving, and it's every time he evolves, he has like a different theme, and I feel like this one was a perfect fit for that time when he was like that satanic Lucifer character.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. Taker has evolved a lot. He's become like a chameleon. I think that's what Jericho called him, but I think Jericho's becoming like our chameleon now, because like he's starting to adapt uh, differently to his different personas and that he's gone through. But yeah,
Yeah,
the Undertaker was a true chameleon,
karma chameleon, as Boy George would say.
karma chameleon. Yeah,
Uh,
you can see the Undertaker with the hat. Does that make him the poor George? No.
oh boy, George. All right, let's go down to Sexy Chino's number 10 pick. At number 10, Sexy Chino's got Ahmed Johnson, the Pearl River Rip.
Yep.
What do you dig
This
about this song?
oh, one of the main reasons I put it out there is because like you talk about the CD back in the day, right? So I I try to tape because I really like I said, I'm really into wrestling music. I actually had to tape the actual Ahmed Johnson song on a cassette, and I got that from the In Your House PlayStation game. Remember that one?
Yeah, unfortunately, I remember.
Yeah, I just took wrestling as wrestling, but I like the fact that that's one of the places I taped my old school Ahmed Johnson theme before it actually came out itself.
That's how we did it back in the day. We had to get creative, you know. If when I wanted to hear like a song I loved on the radio, like sometimes you would hear a song one time, but you didn't know the artist, you didn't know the name of the song. I don't know if you ever did this. I remember there was this one song I heard like one time, and I spent like nights, weeks waiting for that song to come on so I could record it. It was what's the name of the song was called? Everything But the Girl. No, that was the name of the band. Everything But the Girl, and the name of the song was Missing. I don't know if you know that song. It's a 90s song. But I stayed up many nights just waiting to push the record button.
Wow, that's called dedication, man.
The hell do
That's
these?
legit dedication.
What do these kids know about that? Now you just go online and
Goo-
download it, Google it, and download it.
exactly. It's like it was more of a search, man. But like, yeah, like all you had was the radio, the cassette, or the CDs are barely coming out,
Yeah,
and or you had the well, I think they're making a comeback, right? The big ones. What do you call those?
the big ones.
The
Oh, the
you know,
vinyls.
like
The
the
vinyl.
vinyls. Yeah, the vinyls are coming back because I see them. They sell them at stores again, so I'm guessing
Yeah,
they're coming back.
yeah. They're
But
kind of. Some people say, I guess that vinyl sounds better. Some people feel like the sounds better on vinyl. I don't know if that's true, but that's
uh,
what I hear. Yeah,
yeah.
but is it
But
great?
Ahmed Johnson, yeah.
Is
What were you
it?
gonna say?
I was gonna say, yeah, I really like this theme too, and I wanted to add too, like Ahmed Johnson, man, he was over. He was kind of like, I feel during that '95 run. I kind of feel like he was kind of like that. He had kind of had a little bit of Goldberg, like a little bit of a Goldberg vibe to him. But yeah, I think he started getting like a lot of injuries, and they kept accumulating, and he just kind of never became what I think Vince probably wanted him to become.
Yeah, you're so right. Cause like that one, that first run he had without injuries before Farouk kicked him. Oh, it was great, and even a little bit after Farouk, he came back after that. But then like '98 or so, then he like got like '97. Like, he started going down because they started calling him injury prone because he kept getting hurt, you know. But
Yeah,
they also say that he was a very dangerous wrestler. Some people heard stories about that, but never been. But like, no, man, like you're right. You can hear the crowd really getting into him because the way they build him. Remember, when we talked about a KR episode, I think we
hmm
talked about like Ahmed Johnson grabbing the steps, and you know how people just do that. He launched it. Remember, he launched it at Goldust.
yeah. I remember yeah. I mean, back in the day, I wasn't looking at like, like nowadays, all the fans, we all know everything, right? We're like, oh, he botched that, botchamania. We all know, like all the fans know now. Everybody's a smark, if you will. But back in the day when I was growing up, I was like, oh man, this guy's awesome. And then watching some of his stuff in retrospect, I was like, ooh, man, he kind of, he kind of, that did look a little bit rough for that jobber. Yeah. But he was the man as a kid. I was like, oh man, this guy's badass. I think he might have been, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he might have been the first black intercontinental champion, wasn't he?
Uh, he might have been. I gotta think about that one. Wait, no, was it?
Because
No, Rocky Johnson wasn't, but he's a tag team.
yeah, because I kind of
Uh,
feel like they would like say that like, oh, he's like the first ever black intercontinental champion. It was almost like they were building him up because remember at that time intercontinental for a lot of guys it was like the step up to the world championship. So it almost was giving that vibe like he's gonna have this, but later he's gonna get the world championship.
yeah, because like remember the IC was the work title, so
Yeah,
everybody who got the IC, they always said, "Oh, that's a stepping stone to the world," like you said, the world title. But yeah, that was the workman's title. And when Ahmed, the thing with Ahmed Johnson, it's like he was so intense, but you could what that like we talked about that song fit Ahmed because the way he walked through the ring all strutted out with that confidence and doom doom doom, he just built to it. Oh man,
it kind of
it,
had
it
like that low key beat, but it had like some strength with some of the instruments. Like this the guy that's coming out is a badass. Like it just gave that vibe.
yeah, that's what it was, and that's what we talked about. Jim Johnson like looked at the character, and looked at the persona and go, what could fit this guy? Like you said, Vader, dun 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 dun, or like the Undertaker, you got boom, boom. You put the the gong. It's like something had to fit, and even the way they work with the song they gave him.
Yep. Yeah. Very true. But yeah, great pick. And you're gonna see a lot of that. Like we were talking about 95, the transition from 95 to 99 is a very it's a quick shift. I think once it hits like 97, late 97, there's like a quick shift in the attitude, like the brand of the WWF. So you're gonna see some stuff when WWF was more PG, and then when it got full like rated R, like rated you need your parents' permission to watch this now. But I know,
TV 14. TV
yeah,
14.
TV 14. And another thing I want to mention, if you're watching or listening to this podcast on YouTube, I don't know how many of the songs are gonna make it to YouTube because YouTube will copyright claim a lot of these or might block my video. So that'll mean I'll have to do a lot of trimming, a lot of cutting, a lot of removing of songs. Maybe just completely removing them. I've had to do it in past episodes. So here's a little tip: make sure you're following the retro wave on a podcast app. This is an audio podcast too, so find it on Spotify, find it on Apple Podcasts, find it on Amazon Music, any podcast app. We're pretty much on it because that's where you're gonna get the raw, uncut. You're gonna get the raw, like the full episode with all the music.
Yeah.
So make sure
You forgot uncensored.
uncensored. Yeah. And to make sure there's nothing wrong with double dipping. You know, you seen that episode of Seinfeld where the guy gets on George Costanza because he double dips the chip. He dips the chip, he takes a bite out of it, and then he dips it again. And he got in trouble with that guy for double dipping. Double dip, you'll be all right with this because then you'll get the sub on YouTube if you're on the audio end. If you're on YouTube, go follow the retro wave on the audio end because you're gonna get the full episode with no cuts.
Yeah, you get the unedited version. Let's just put it that way.
Unfortunately, YouTube, I just know there's gonna be some songs that are not gonna make it to YouTube. I can already tell you that. Yeah, but hey, what can you do? What can you do?
So yeah, well, let me say one thing. Remember how you talk about double dipping?
Yeah.
So there's like so yeah, it's not just used for chips. You know, double dipping is used for like a term for like people are trying to get extra autographs.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go double dipping with something else.
Why would you think that way?
I don't know why that's why my mind
Only
went.
you would think that way. You know, it's like you are truly in your own wave, I guess. You know, but
Yeah, dog.
So double dipping in wrestling terms or autograph, it means you go get an autograph and then you return and try to get another one, or
yeah, like because they were doing that. They done that too. Like you know, when they go to wrestlers go to the airport and things like that, or even celebrities. And I remember like there was you remember there was an old school show called the TMZ.
yeah, TMZ.
No, it wasn't TMZ. It was before TMZ. It was like on the entertainment channel.
Oh,
It was about the
ET?
guy. It was like about the it was about the tabloids, and they used to go and
What's it, the
and it
soup?
showed some.
I don't
I
know.
forgot what it was called, but and it was about the tabloids, and then they used to have like videos of the celebrity signing. And I remember like it was David Spade or one of those guys goes, they're signing at the airport. He goes, "Oh no, double dipping."
Well, I think it's a lot worse now. I've seen some videos of wrestlers at airports because I guess like scalpers, resellers, maybe some fans will find out where they're gonna be and what their flight is. I don't know how that's kind of like stalkerish, but they'll find out and then they'll like. I've seen where they've had like a poster board full of like
Yeah.
figures or like all these 8x10s and like, oh, sign all of them. And some of the wrestlers seem like they're nice and they'll do it, but it seems like a lot of them are now like, nah, we're not gonna do that because I think they're catching on. Like, you guys are selling these on eBay. Like, you guys don't actually want my autograph, like, because you want it. You want to just flip it.
Oh, here's a story about flipping, like getting autographs, like one of those scalper guys. Like, so this is like remember WrestleMania 12, right?
Yeah.
Remember there was like a softball game, correct?
Yeah, I remember. I didn't see that, but I remember that. Like on the video, I think they showed that they played softball, like a couple
But
days before WrestleMania.
so they had like an autograph signings, right?
Yeah.
And it was funny because like the guy that was next to me, he was like he played it out. He tried to get extra autographs, so he had the kid in the bottom, and he had like he gave me because I was talking to him, so he literally gave me one of those exclusive because they were just signing the book, but he gave me one of those 8x10s of like the guys that were going to be there, and I think I got Ahmed to sign that one, but he was telling me because it was like one autograph per person, but like so they got like two or because of the kid, oh yeah. So some of the wrestlers signed extra autographs, and this guy was actually scalping because he told me he was going to sell them.
Dang, even back then, that's crazy. That's like that's like before pre eBay. So
Yeah.
that's
You talk
crazy.
about like what 96, right?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe eBay was around, but probably in its infancy. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. Scalpers go way back. Uh,
Exactly.
okay, all right. Well, that was your number 10 pick. I'm gonna go to my number 9 pick. At number 9, I've got the Brood theme, or Gangrel's theme, I guess. I think he was using this before he created the Brood, right?
Correct.
Yeah, but Gangrel, man, this theme, I feel like it's one of the themes that always comes up when people bring up Gangrel. They're like, oh, remember his theme? Or when people talk about awesome theme songs from the Attitude Era, I feel like this is one of the ones that always comes up. The Brood theme, it just has like such a cool vibe, like that kind of like gothic style with some rock music in it, and you get the visual, right? You start remember like how he would come out with Edge and Christian or the Hardy Boys, and that I think it was like a little elevator from underground that would come out, and they were surrounded by kind of like fire, right? Like a pit of fire.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, so really cool. And I actually got to tell him this in person because I was at a 24-hour fitness in Glendale, California, working out, and then I saw him there. I think I was like on the sit up machine, the little like sit up machine, and I saw him walk by, and I think he noticed that I was looking at him because I was like, oh shit, that's Gangrel. And then I think he kind of noticed that I knew who he was. And I think I don't know if he said hi to me first, but I was like, hey, and I remember telling him like, man, you had one of like the coolest theme songs and entrances like of all time. And he's like, oh yeah, thank you. And then I think he gave me his business card because at that time I think he was training people with Rikishi, right? Nox Pro.
Yeah. No, it's for
And he
correct.
said, oh yeah, I think he was trying to get me to go train. And I was like, at that time I was like way done with wrestling already. I was like, oh yeah, thank you, cool. But yeah, cool guy, nice guy, Gangrel. I think you know him. You know him personally, right?
Yeah, I actually know him. Yeah, we went. We did a couple events together, like up north, and yeah, he's a real cool guy, man. It's like before he moved to Florida, he was over here in the West Coast, and he was really cool and helping out and always try to help out the young talent. And but yeah, he's a real cool guy, man, and I do know him. Yes, I do actually know Gangrel. And when I think about that, it's like, dude. You watch him on TV, you think, but such a cool guy, man, in real life, like you said, man. Such underrated, you know. I know Edge and Christian way farther, but yeah, Gangrel could have definitely gone a little farther up the card, but you know, it just wasn't meant to be. But he did take he did take what they gave him and actually proceeded and made it better because now he's giving back to the business by having a school and producing new stars
Yeah,
and talent.
that's cool. And what do you think about the theme? What did you think about his theme?
Oh, his team's awesome. It's like, come on. You even said it. It fits him. You know, the like when he's getting up and he's doing this and he's looking around and he's just getting into it and he holds he's at the cup
The
and
goblet,
then
right? The goblet
the
of blood.
goblet, right? The goblet,
Yeah.
exactly. But you couldn't call it blood, so they call it the red substance.
They
So
did?
yeah,
I never knew that. I thought, oh, okay, because they were like, okay, we can't say blood because then we're gonna have the PTA. We're gonna have what was it at the time? The RTC or what was it?
the RTC, yeah,
Yeah.
standards and practices.
There you go. Standards and practices knocking on our door. Yeah. Yeah, but I also like he kind of like you brought it up earlier how some people would like walk to the music. He kind of had like this little like he was kind of like bobbing his head and kind of like feeling the music when he was coming down. And he had like the
Yeah,
shades. He kind of looked like Blade a little bit, like Blade, the movie character. He just had like it was
yeah,
like a cool vampire. Best
yeah.
best vampire wrestler ever, I think.
He yeah, that gay girl character just worked really good for him. But you know what's funny about the gay girl name? It
Hmm.
was registered to somebody else.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you ever look at it, it says registered to I forgot what it
I
was.
wonder
It
what
was another
gangrel
company.
what gangrel stands for. Let me Google it while you flap your gums.
But I flapped my gums. Yeah, about yeah, the gay girl character name is registered or trademarked to a different company. I think it was like a cartoon or like a comic book or something. Am
Oh,
I wrong?
really? But so he still uses it now or no?
Yeah, I think yeah he does use it. Yeah,
It's
and
it
he's still
says
going, man. He's still going.
it says what is the meaning of gangrel? A lanky, loose jointed person, a wandering beggar, a vagabond, a vagrant. Hmm.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Did you spell it right? Did you?
Let me push. I did not know that.
I did not know that.
Very interesting stuff. All right, yeah. Nothing else needs to be said. If you're listening to this podcast, this would I'm sure almost 100% sure this would be in your top 10 too. And
Yeah.
if you're saying it didn't, you're goddamn lying. All right, let's go to Sexy Chino's number 9 pick now. Why do I have the sudden urge to do 100 jumping jacks, followed by 100 sit-ups, Sexy Chino? You got you got the Body Donis theme as your number 9 pick.
Yeah, man. But you like we talked about, doesn't that fit the character, the persona?
It feels like when I hear it, if it sounds like a song you would have heard like on an infomercial. Remember, like Sunday mornings, there's like nothing on TV, and there would be like those infomercials with like Tony Little, or I forgot that dude's name with the ponytail. I feel like that song would be playing in the background while he's trying to sell you some like BS like ab roller or something. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, the like we talked about, it's like if it doesn't fit the persona or doesn't fit in general, it's like you don't know, you don't get it. But if you like hear that, you know right away it's the Body Donna. Because remember, also it started with Skip and Sunny, and then it went to Skip and Zip and Sunny, and then after that, when Sunny left them, it was Skip, Sip, and Cloudy,
Oh,
and then they
I
left
forgot about
Cloudy,
Cloudy.
and
Yeah.
then they left Cloudy, and they just went to Skip and Zip.
You know what? I really like. I actually really like this. This is an honorable mention for me. It's not on my top 10, but this is an honorable mention. It has like a nice little beat, and when I hear it, I just picture like for me, this song was like the Body Donnas, like when they would come out to the ring, and you would hear Sunny like on the microphone while the song's playing, telling everybody that they're fat and that shit. Yeah, that was cool, man. Sunny era, like 95, 96 era. Wouldn't you agree?
Truly, man, like wasn't she like the most downloaded girl in AOL?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So that tells you how much she had popularity back then.
You might
Yeah,
you you sound like, I'm not even gonna say it. I was gonna say something very inappropriate, but I'll leave it alone. I'm containing myself, sexy Chino.
you
should
could
be
you
proud of.
contain yourself of like acknowledging that there was raw printing of Raw magazines with her on the cover. Is that-
I remember that too. I think she was wearing a red dress. And you know what this song is synonymous with for me too? The first ever wrestling show I went to was WrestleMania 12. That's the first ever show I'd been to live in person. And I remember the first song I ever heard. It was the Body Donna's theme, because remember they were in the free for all or in the
Yeah.
pre match before WrestleMania. They beat the
Yes.
Godwins, I think, for the titles, right?
Yes, correct.
So when I hear it, it kind of sends me back to that time. Like my like, oh shit, the Body Donna, hearing the theme over the speakers. Yeah, great theme.
Yeah, great team, man. Like it fit exactly what they were doing. You know, sometimes like you hear that music, like you said, it's an infomercial music in the background. Somebody trying to sell you something so you can work out. Which what the heck is the Body Donna? It was mostly about a bunch of people that wanted to work out, that wanted to be in good condition. You know.
Yeah, yeah, that was kind of their gimmick. I think that was the gimmick. They were like those infomercial. The Skip was kind of like the infomercial guy, like Tony Little. I think that was his
Yes.
gimmick. But yeah, so I think tomorrow when I work out tomorrow, I'm gonna bump this Body Donna's theme and see if I can knock out a few extra push-ups, maybe a few extra bicep curls. You know. I'm just imagining Skip and Zip prancing to the ring with Sunny calling me a fat slob. Maybe that'll motivate me.
Yeah, it's funny.
All right. Well, that was your number 9. I'm gonna go to my number 8 pick now. At my number eight pick, I've got the Hardy As I almost choked. The Hardy Boys. We're live, pal.
We're truly live.
The Hardy Boys theme. Man, I want to say this song's actually not Jim Johnston. I think it's like a generic theme, right? Like a stock song. But I love this song. I think it fits them perfectly, like we keep mentioning. It's like a badass theme, and when I hear it, I just picture, Jeff and Matt coming out doing the double finger point, and Jeff getting down to the song, and Team Extreme. It has that extreme vibe to it, that song. Like I said, I think this is a stock song, and I say that because I remember one time I was watching like a Blu-ray or DVD, and this song started playing. And it was like they were showcasing movies that were also on Blu-ray. It was like, oh, so look out for the Miramax something action pack, and this song. Let me do it right here. Let me put the music in the background.
Okay.
So it'll go something like this.
Okay.
Also on Blu-ray from the Miramax Action Collection. And then you see background footage of cars exploding, people getting shot at, someone knocking somebody out. I don't know if you've ever seen a movie and heard this song, or if you've heard this song outside of the WWF, but I have.
Yeah, you could truly call it a stock show, because once that expired, the license that WWF put on it or WWE put on it, you knew when the Hardys were in AEW, Jeff Hardy, when he first came in, they actually gave him that song because the WWE did not reuse, try to what is it called? Upgrade the license.
Yeah.
Or renew the license. Yeah. So the funny thing is, the Hardy Boys, Tony Khan for AEW, they used that song while they were there. And the funny thing is, I guess because the license is still out, but since WWE don't have the license anymore for it, the Hardys actually got the license for themselves now, and they use it on Total Nonstop Action TNA for that right now.
I did
as the tag team champions.
I did not know that.
That's weird, wild stuff. I did not know that, Sexy Chino. That's crazy, but yeah, I really love this theme, and it also gives me kind of a flashback to what was that WrestleMania where they made a comeback? Was it 2017 or 18? It's one of those.
That was the one with the the one with the big roller coaster at back of WrestleMania.
What was that like? It was one of those years, but it was rumored that they were gonna come back, and I remember I was watching it with some friends live, and I'm not gonna lie, when that music hit, we all started cheering, we all popped, oh, the Hardys, and there was some people there that weren't really wrestling fans, they were Attitude Era had a lot of people that just passed through, right? They got into it when it was hot. If my buddy Omega Ace is listening to, that's what he's told me. I watched it during the Attitude Era, and I think that's what a lot of people did, because it was hot. Everybody was watching it, and then they kind of phased out. There was some people there that were like, oh yeah, I used to watch wrestling, but I don't watch it anymore. I haven't watched it. They'll say, oh, I haven't watched it. I remember Stone Cold and The Rock. So even then, when they heard the song, they immediately knew who it was, and they were like, oh, the Hardys, and yeah, it was that. That's I think one of the last times I ever popped watching a wrestling show.
You know what's funny about that comeback is that they try to keep it so low key because everything was in Florida, right? And so I think they did Ring of Honor was either the day before or hours before that. I think it might have been the day before hours. But they came up because everybody thought, oh, you know what? Because they did ROH and they got done. And then, because it was supposed to be secretly, they brought them up later after everybody showed up to the arena. And then they came in last, and that's when they set that thing up. Because they wanted to, they definitely wanted to shock everybody. And they kept it so low key. But yeah. So, because originally they went, because like the tease was like they were gonna add one more team to that ladder match for the tag team titles, and so they go. They everybody thought it was because the way they set it up. I mean, they wanted the Hardys because cause they knew they were kind of out, but they weren't sure. And but they go, oh, the tag team, former tag team champions are gonna get this a chance. I believe that's what I said. I could be wrong, but and then all of a sudden, people actually the tease was the New Day,
Yeah.
but then all of a sudden you hear the music and there's the Hardys.
Yeah. But do you dig this theme?
I think the team. I mean, like I said, I believe like music that fits. It's kind of hard to miss.
Yeah.
You know.
It was perfect. It was just what even if it was stock, it fit them perfectly.
Yeah, because like you said, it's like it's when it fits so good. It's like when you were. That's the thing. It's like you even said. It's like I was watching something totally different, but I heard that song. I'm like that. You didn't think about the Miramax, whatever you was saying. Oh, that's the Hardy Boys theme.
It's the Hardy's theme. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that's all I got to say about that, pal. So we're going to go now to Sexy Chino's number 8 pick. At number 8, Sexy Chino, you've got the OG Dudley Boys theme from WWF. Tell us about this song. Why do you got it at your number 8?
Because like I said, like it's about getting the persona. Hear it. You see that dun, 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 and it just has such a great beat. And like it totally fits the Dudleys because like it just has that crazy that beat go. It's like when something fits. You know. And I'm telling you, like when you hear that song, you're thinking of the old school Dudleys. You know, because like later on they got other different songs, even that dropped the bombshell one. But yeah, man, just sometimes songs you just gotta like listen because if you listen to the whole song itself, it changes a lot too. So it's really cool how they use a lot of instruments and it just sounds so cool because like you could think about this song being like at the WrestleMania 2000, which is 16. You can hear the Hardys, you think you know me, and then you hear that, and it's just a classic. And I
Yeah.
think it just fit the Dudleys so good
Now that
that
when I was
Jim
putting
Johnson set it up.
when I was putting the list together, like the music together, and I heard it, I don't think I had ever noticed this song sounds very much like the song "Sabotage" by the Beastie Boys. I don't know if you're familiar with that song "Sabotage" by Beastie Boys, but it sounds very similar. I'm sure it was inspired by that song.
Yeah, because like there's some songs that actually sound like it because like were inspired. There's some songs like they literally are the songs. They just change instruments or do something like the DDP song.
Yeah,
You knew that for sure.
I mean,
You
we're
know?
we're used to that with WCW, straight ripping off like "Smells Like Teen Spirit" and "Money for Nothing," "Dire Straits." We're already used to that, but from WWF, it's not as common. But this one when I heard it, I was like, huh, you know what? I've never noticed that it sounds just like Sabotage without the Beastie Boys singing. Yeah, but cool pick. I like this theme too. It's a fun one, and yeah, it brings me back to like the TLC matches, the ladder
Yes.
matches, all the stuff, crazy stuff they would do in the ring, and the 3D
The
finisher,
3D.
probably one of the best tag
Yeah.
team finishers.
Yeah, it's like, who's the first guy to ever take the 3D?
Was it Sandman?
Spike Dudley.
Ah, Spike, little brother Runt in TNA. Was it brother Runt?
Yeah, Brother Runt.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's your pick. Let's go to my number 7 pick here.
We didn't lie to you, folks. We told you we had living, breathing monstrosities. You don't think it's funny? It's sad, is it?
Down, Peter, down, get your ass out the way, 'cause here we come and we springing this spectacle of Indian town. We got creep shows, freak show. Most people don't like these oddities. Most people would love them a shot at these. If you think it's too good for us sideshow freaks, let me know, and I'ma win smack your cheeks. Come on. I'm a sideshow Looney, watch me get nuts. I do back flips, I run a man truck. In high school, the chicks always gave us run, 'cause I was 9 feet tall, and my boys are side club. I can swim sharks filled waters. Yeah, well, I can chew nails up and spit out quarters. Don't cry for your daddy, what's that gonna do? When he sits, they shook his.
Are you down with the clown sexy Chino?
You mean the ICP?
Are you a juggalo? Do you got a juggalette?
No, I'm not a juggalo, but but I but I do remember seeing the ICP at XPW, like at least one of them, I think. Right?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Was
like
he in, was he in makeup?
backstage.
Was he in makeup?
Yeah, I don't know if it was Shaggy Two Dog or Violent J, but it was one of them. But
You
yeah,
call
no,
him-
like if you want to talk about the theme itself, I think it's really cool. That's one of the themes that I think it's I don't think they have the copyright to. So sometimes that gets diluted in the network or the Peacock or Netflix or whichever one.
If you're listening on the audio end, this is probably one of those songs that didn't make it to YouTube. Yeah, but I've always liked this song. I never really. I mean, I knew who the ICP were, but every time I heard about them, like I always hear people making fun of the Juggalos, and all I know about them was that they're dressed like they wear clown makeup and they have like all these shirts and posters that look like you have to use like a black light on it, like. And apparently they were wrestling fans too. They would wrestle too, but this is like I like this song. It's like a fun song, and it was used for the oddities, which were Golga, Kurgan. What was the big guy? Big Silva, or what was his name?
Giant Silver.
Giant Silva and Luna Vachon. I don't know if there was somebody else.
No, because they kind of try to use some of the Howard Stern guys too.
Oh
For it?
yeah. Uh-huh.
So, but no, like it's funny because the oddities originally started with the Jackal. Remember?
Oh, did they? I didn't know that.
I did
I
not
believe
know that.
so. I believe so.
Because
Like with the Jackal.
Because I know Kurgan was in the Truth Commission, right? With the Jackal.
Yeah,
But I didn't know the Jackal was the original manager of the oddities.
I think so because like, or you could check, they can check me up on that and put in the comments. But yeah, just like I believe because like they started out like kind of heelish.
Oh, yeah. And then they kind of just became like a baby face
A
group.
happy group. Yeah, like a babyface, a good guy too. So they started out that way, and what's cool about this song is like it's a very happy song, and people got into it, And the thing about ICP, it's like they got a lot of fans in the wrestling business because like one of my good friends, Willie Mack, is a big time juggalo.
Oh.
He even I think maybe was it this year or last year, I think he won one of their because ICP has their Juggalo Championship Wrestling.
Yeah.
So I believe he won one of their titles.
Ah, Willie Mack. I didn't know he was a juggalo. Pretty cool.
Yeah, man. He literally had the tattoo of the hangman of the logo on one of. Oh, yeah, he had the tattoo. I think on his shoulder.
Ah, that's
But
cool.
I know for sure he's a Juggalo.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very cool. That's cool. Yeah, but so I like this theme. This is one of those ones where I still have it on my YouTube playlist. And when I hear it, gotta leave it on. It's a fun one. It's a fun theme. Just puts you in a good mood.
Yeah, you gotta listen to the lyrics. Did you pay attention to the lyrics?
Yeah, it talks about something about I can chew nails and spit out quarters, I think.
Photos.
I think that might be my favorite line. Yeah, all right. Well, we're gonna go now to Sexy Chino's number 7 pick. At number 7, Sexy Chino, you've got the Takamichinoku theme. Tell us about this theme here. Why do you love this one so much?
Dude, just think about how it starts with that Japanese instrument, and then it just builds. And it's Taka because you got that it's got that Japanese theme style, and I like it because like it just fits so well with Taka, and like another song if you listen all the way through, it changes a lot. It's pretty cool. It's got so much instruments, and even that banjo, Japanese banjo, I think it's called. But
There's a
man,
banjo?
dude, one, am I wrong? Probably, but but probably I'm getting confused maybe with one of the instruments. But no, overall, I think that's a great song, man. It's such a cool song. It fits Taka great, It's got that Japanese theme to it. I was like, yeah, that's all you can ask for. And here's another thing. This is not a Jim Johnson song.
Yeah, it's you know what? It's one I used to not like. 'Cause I didn't really like that beginning, and I just didn't really care for it. And then once you listen like past a minute, when it gets to that like flute, I was like, oh, I
Yeah,
didn't know this
yeah,
song
the
had
flute.
that. Like, damn, that's pretty cool. But I think it's because he got to the ring so fast, we didn't get. I don't remember ever hearing that part. But I kind of wish he
Yeah,
took his time so we could hear that. Because it almost sounds like something I just beat on the Sega Genesis Shinobi 3, and I love the music in Shinobi 3. This sounds like it could have been in the Shinobi game, like Shinobi 3.
yeah, like you said, the flute, and I'm telling you, you just gotta listen to the song. It has no lyrics, but man, the beats, the instruments they use, it does feel like it's got that Japanese vibe to it. I mean, it just fits Taka, I don't think this song would have fit like Stevie Richards, you know,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like even though if it's a stock song, it still
This is
fit
a stock.
Taka
Wait a minute.
Michinoko.
This is a stock song?
Yeah, it's not a Jim Johnson song.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it sounds like something out of Shinobi 3, to be honest. It sounds badass. I don't really like the beginning, but now that I know like that part comes out, I really love that part with the flute. Yeah, but cool theme. And of course, Sexy Chino. He had to represent one of his paisanos, right?
Yeah, paisano, Ichiban Takatan.
No judgment here. I've done the same. I put my boy Chico Santana pretty high on the list last time. Ain't no judgment on my side, sexy Chino. Don't worry.
Yeah, no judge.
All right, let's go. Let's go now to my number 6 pick. Before they were too cool, sexy Chino, they were too much. At number 6, I've got the Brian Christopher. I think he was Scott Too Hot Taylor at this point, which later went on to be Scotty Too Hottie. Too much. Before they became, like I said, too cool. I really love this theme. I've always loved this theme. I think it was originally just a Brian Christopher song, if I'm not mistaken, when he was singles, right?
Yes, correct. It's like the song is pretty cool. It's like it's got that beat. But am I wrong, or is one of the things you hear that it's like a motorcycle revving?
Oh, I didn't catch that. No, I didn't catch that. You can
Yeah,
hear
I
that?
think it's vroom vroom.
Oh, okay.
Am I wrong about that, or
I don't think I noticed that, but yeah, it has, like, you know how I talked about like Hardy Boys. I've heard it in like other stuff. Taka sounds like it could have been in Shinobi 3. This song sounds like you would have heard it like in a 90's B action movie. Like maybe when the credits are rolling to start the movie. Like it just sounds like it was something out of like an 80's action movie, or 90's action movie. Like they're showing like all the crime happening in New York or LA, and this song's playing in the background just to try to paint a picture. But it gives me that kind of vibe.
yeah, you're right. You know what I think about when he comes with this song? I'm thinking of like Christopher coming out, like doing that little walk.
Yeah, he
I'm
would.
not talking about like the thriller walk, like his walk, and all of a sudden the fans started to touch him. No, don't touch him.
He was, man. He was awesome. I thought he was always underrated. He was one of the guys that when I was already like knee deep and being a WCW fan, he was one of the guys I liked watching on WWF. Because I thought he was like a funny. He had like a funny laugh, and he kind of was very cocky. And I used to love like his top rope leg drop. I think he had one of the better ones.
Yeah, he does. He did. But like, you want to talk about one of the things? It's like his Full Nelson Facebuster
Oh yeah.
is so much better than Jericho's.
Yeah, he did. He did it like he did it like clean and like with impact.
He really did that clean. So he really mastered that.
Yeah, and for those of you that don't know, that's Jerry Lawler's kid, Brian Christopher. R.I.P. to Brian Christopher, by the way. I think he unfortunately passed a few years ago.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember hearing this story. I think he took his own life in prison. If
Oh, he
am I
was in
correct or
prison?
not?
No, I
Yeah.
don't know.
So like, yeah, like I think Lawler would say no, but like I think he might, if I'm correct, if I heard, yeah. But I believe that's what they said. He took his own life in prison.
Damn,
So
that's sad. That's sad.
and I know, man. It's just like it's. Yeah, he has such a good career. But like sometimes, demons come back to haunt you.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. But so we dedicate that one to Brian Christopher, Grandmaster Sexay, also known as
The Grandmaster Sexy.
also known as Grandmaster Sexay.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool theme. Your number 6 pick is also the Grand Grill one, so we won't play it again.
No, don't play it again. The fact that we have it both in our top 10 gotta mean something,
That's
like you
the
said.
first. That's a repeat. That's
Exactly. So that means that song meant a lot to you, and it meant a lot to me. And like you said, it probably means a lot to all those people that are no longer watching wrestling, but at least always remember like the Attitude Era, because that song just stood out in period.
Yeah,
Okay, you could talk about like Austin, and you could talk about Taker, but you could always say Gangrel had that song, The Brood,
yeah.
and man, that stands out.
Ask yourself if you're listening to this on your drive home, if you're clipping your toenails and listening to this on your Amazon speaker, if you're watching this sitting on your tuchus and watching this on YouTube, ask yourself, would the Gangrel theme be in my top 10? Chances are it's a yes. I would say
Well,
90%.
yeah, like I don't know about people cutting their nails, but like seeing when you took it, I could see a lot, but you know, but overall, okay, let's put it out on the table, man. It's like if you guys believe that Gangrel will be in your top 10, either write it down in the comments, leave a voicemail, or just let us know, because that's one thing that we believe that a lot of people appreciate.
Yeah.
And if there's somebody who doesn't appreciate, put it in the comments too,
Yeah.
because that's very rare. But I would like to see that myself. If you
Yeah.
guys
That'd be
give it up.
interesting. Yeah, like Chino was saying, you can leave a comment if you're watching on YouTube and you can let us know like, nah, not in my top 10. Or you can go to retrotiburon.com. You can write me a message directly there too, or a voicemail, which I might read those comments and voicemails on a future pod. You never know. So yeah, but still a cool pick, number 6. You had it a little bit higher than me, but that's our only repeat right now. So we'll see. Do we have more repeats? I guess we'll see right now. But I'm gonna go to my number 5 pick now.
Is this on? Yo, Jimmy, hit me with that Triple H. Yeah, you let the music keep playing, Mr. Don. Yo, tell me whose time it is now. You don't know it's Triple H. Yo, you close trouble. Not gonna listen to anybody. Tell me who and what to be. Not trying to be like everybody. Time to play and make believe. 'Cause I need the blind, lost life, lost time this time. Lost time, lost time, lost time. We're not looking back, we've had enough. You don't know what trouble is. From the game, politics, this is all one time.
At number 5, I've got Triple H's My Time, My Time. I'm gonna admit I'm not a huge Triple H fan, but I've always really dug his themes, which we might talk about in next year's episode, his early 2000s themes. But I've always loved this theme. I just thought it was really fun, and it kind of fit his who he was at that time. He was kind of like he was trying to be like the next top guy, right? He was trying to be the man. So it kind of fit like my time, it's my time. And he was kind of like on that power trip. And when I hear this song, it always reminds me of like him and Stephanie when they had like the McMahon Helmsley era, and they were doing like that. Then they would sit on like on the stage, right? Like on a couch and watch the matches.
Yes.
But yeah, I think it's a great song. Is this also the same dudes that did the DX theme?
Yes.
Okay, because I was gonna say it sounds like that guy.
Yes, and he also did X-Pac.
X-Pac, you think you can tell me what to do?
You tell me what to wear.
Yeah. But it's a fun one. What do you think of this? Of My Time, he's had a lot of songs, but what do you think about this one?
I think it's a good. I think it does fit him. I think Joe Johnson got it right, and I always thought it was funny how Stephanie used this song.
Yeah.
When like it literally And there's a lyric goes, "The monster to McMahon, give us a shot, you give us nothing." This, I think the small one, the responsible one, the easy one,
I never
the
understood
mellow
that
one.
part. Like, what the hell was that talking about? But then the small one, the responsible one. I was like, what is he talking about? I thought he was just like making up stuff to say in the song.
No, you talk about the monster to McMahon's. The
Ah,
you know,
yeah.
yeah, but like that was like I always thought that was funny when Stephanie took that song and then literally was talking about the McMahons. So yeah, because originally this song was both for Hunter, Triple H, and China. Remember?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
Yeah. So this song was originally for them, but then China started going on, and she got
she
the other
left.
song.
Yeah,
Yeah, she got
don't treat me
the
like a
other song.
woman.
When I mean, treat
Don't
me, like-
don't
don't
treat
treat
me
me like
like
a
a
man. Treat
man.
me like you know me. But
Yeah, but I dig this song. I also try to like convince
yeah.
my wife for us to come out to this song. At the wedding reception. You were at my wedding. I was like, oh, it'd be cool if we came out to this song. And then I like took a sip of the champagne and spit it out. Spit it out like Triple H. But yeah, she didn't really go for it.
You could have done it at a reception, man.
That's what I
You
wanted
literally
to
could
do.
have done it. You literally could have done it at a
I,
reception.
I
I mean,
wanted to do it.
at the marriage, but at the
No, I was trying to do it at the reception, but she didn't
oh,
go
I
for
thought you
it.
were trying to do it at the marriage. I'm like, oh, shit, man. Like, you literally got to change the standards, man.
That would have been really pushing it. But I was pushing it at the reception. She's like, no, we're not gonna come to Triple H is my time.
But you know what's funny when you talk about that? I've seen like videos of actually people like really into the wrestling, WWF or WWE, and like they literally done like wrestling weddings,
Yeah,
things
I've
like
seen
that. You
that.
know?
I think when we renew our bells, since I didn't get to
Yes.
have like my time, I thought, okay, we didn't get that one, but we're gonna come out to the evolution theme because now the marriage has evolved. It's another 10, 20 years, So we got to come out to evolution is a mystery.
Are you gonna have her do the Randy Orton pose? You know?
Yeah, exactly. I'll shake the table like Batista.
Exactly. Shake the tip like Moses.
Yeah, but yeah, I really dig this theme. Even though I wasn't a huge Triple H fan, but I will say like Triple H 99 2000. I think that was like peak Triple H. Like the matches he was having like with Cactus Jack with my at the Rumble 2000 Rumble. He was having some great matches.
Yeah, he was. But just you know the McMahon Helmsley. Remember you just said that?
Yeah, the McMahon Helmsley era.
Yeah. Okay. Check this out. What we're living through right now, it truly is the McMahon Helmsley era because Triple H is the head guy in the WWE.
You just blew our mind, Sexy Chino. It
Have
came
you
to
thought about that?
fruition. It actually came to
Exactly.
fruition.
Remember?
They're the ones running it.
They're truly wasn't running it. And it's funny, it's like they always said the DA, the guys that wanted to run it.
Yeah,
Shawn Michaels is the head guy at NXT.
that's crazy. Yeah, I mean that's what 20 years, 25 years, and they're actually the ones running it. It's
They're
weird,
actually literally the ones that are running it.
weird, wild stuff. All right, Sexy Chino, let's go to your number 5 pick now. All right, what number is this? Number
You said 5.
You got the wild man, Mark Merrow. Tell us about this one.
Oh man, dude, like that sounds freaking awesome. You hear like the cat, and then you even hear the whip. it just fits so well for like Merle when he was coming out. He was even doing the eye thing, remember?
Oh yeah, he would do like the Pulp Fiction, the eyes like
The
that.
Pulp Fiction eye thing.
Yeah.
But like, what's funny is like, yeah, like it just fit him. But the thing is that song also fits Sable when she went on her own.
Oh yeah, it was
You
her
know,
song.
that's
Hmm.
yeah, they also fit that. But overall, man, yeah, Merle's a very underrated wrestler. You know, it's like that's like if you watch some of his in your house matches or some other, it's like he was really really underrated because he was a pretty good wrestler,
Yeah.
and at least in my perspective. But yeah, like we're talking about the theme song, but I think it fit him. I think like that and freaking the cat, and then you hear the whip, and then and then that beat towards it. Oh man, I just think it works so well. You know, like there's just so many different versions of this song. Like they even slowed it down. I think like in the Royal Rumble '97, they slowed it down, but then I think it's one of the first times, and then they used another one for Sable. I think they kind of changed some of the beats, but overall, it's always had that whip and that cat growly, if I'm correct. But yeah, man, I just love the beat. I
You
mean, Jim
you
Johnson, I think hit it right on the spot.
you really like that whip. Is there something you want to tell me?
No, I'm talking about the theme song that fits. Okay,
Keep breaking out that whip.
I'm not thinking like you would think, because I was thinking about wrestling. You know, I don't know what kind of wrestling you're thinking. It's like, but but yeah, like I'm thinking of like what fits the actual persona, the actual character. You know? But you're thinking of like some like the Basham Brothers, maybe, or like like I don't know where you're going with 50 Shades of Blade or something. Or
A little what's it called? SMR or one of those dominatrix.
SNL.
There you go. Saturday. I think that's Saturday Night Live.
That's not.
You guys know what we mean. Both of us, I think, got it wrong. That acronym wrong, or the.
Yeah, we probably did.
But you
Yeah,
guys know what the hell we mean. Yeah, but
yeah.
this theme I think is a good one, and I agree with you. I kind of feel like Marrow gets kind of shit on a lot. Like people will say like, "Oh, they were giving him the push and the shirts." Meanwhile, they were overlooking like Austin and Mankind, and like these guys were the real stars. And I was like, I don't know. Like, okay, like they did wind up being the big stars, but I liked Marrow. Like you said, I thought he had a lot of good matches with like Stone Cold, with Triple H, and even in WCW, I noticed he's always like the opener, like wrestling like Regal and DDP. I think I agree. I think he's underrated.
Yeah, yeah. He is truly underrated. And I mean, sometimes guys are really good uh, wrestling, but sometimes other people's persona and if the crowd catches on to them, doesn't it affects them more than what they wanted to give, you know. But yeah, overall, I think Merle's a like pretty good wrestler. I mean, even talk about like WCW, man. Like, remember his match against Brian Pillman wasn't bad either,
I don't think I've
from
seen that
Fallbro,
one.
I believe.
But every time I've watched like a WCW pay per view, like on Peacock, and it's always like him as in the opener, and he always gets like the crowd excited, which is probably why he was in the first match to get the crowd kind of going. And I'm like, man, he's pretty good, and I like them in WWF too. And then I think once he became like the boxer Mark Merrow, then he kind of lost me with that one. It seemed like he was kind of like maybe had accumulated some injuries and he changed his style. That's when I was like kind of a little out on Mark Merrow, but he had a cool finisher, the TKO, the little fireman's carry diamond cutter. He had that.
You didn't like his shooting star press?
Did he? Oh yeah, did he do that still when he was a heel?
Uh, yeah, I think they call it the Wild thing. I forget, Marvelicious or something like that. I forgot exactly what he called. So I forgot exactly what it was called. But yeah, I think he hit it maybe once or twice, maybe.
He
as
he had
when
a
he was a bad
clean.
guy.
He hit that one clean because you remember the Kidman one was kind of like a sideways. I like Kidman's too, But Mero's looked like it was perfectly executed. Like he would go straight up in do a perfect like a 180 and then land on the guy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because like one of the things that Murrow did was like he jumped up and tucked,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
and he always had the opponent not too far away from the ring, like that. Like he didn't have it towards the middle. He had it really close to the turnbuckles, towards the corner. So he had really good control because he didn't have to go that far, but he knew exactly how far he can go to hit the move and be safe about it.
Yeah. But before we go to my number 4 pick, give me a little not Mark Mero. Give me a little Johnny B. Bad impersonation.
I'm a bad man.
What was the other one that you said? I said, I'm so
Okay,
pretty.
you want the other one? I'm so pretty. I should have been born again.
I got a
He
kick
did
out of-
it. I mean, he used to have that with Teddy Long. Remember, he used to even wear the makeup.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. All right. Well, that's a cool pick right there. Shout out to Mark Mero. I'm gonna go now to my number 4 pick here. So I don't have the Stone Cold Steve Austin theme on my top 10. Spoiler alert. But at number 4, I've got the Ringmaster theme. Does this shock you, Sexy Chino?
It depends on taste, right?
I don't know if that's a compliment or a backhanded backhanded compliment, but man, I don't know why I've always liked this theme. Okay, the Ringmaster, crap gimmick. We can all agree. Stone Cold, obviously the Stone Cold gimmick was a lot more successful. Which he actually used this theme early on when he was Stone Cold. I remember at WrestleMania 12, he was already Stone Cold Steve Austin, and when he wrestled Savio Vega, he came out to this theme. So I think even when he won the King of the Ring, he was still using this theme. But I really like this theme. I feel like it's sounds like it should be like in a horror movie or like a very tense part in an action movie. I just has like that vibe, and maybe it wasn't for him. It sounds more like a song that would have been for like Mankind. I don't know if you agree with that.
No, I kind of don't. I think it kind of did fit
You think so?
him as because he was supposed to be like when he did the Stone Cold thing, it's very started. That fits him more. When he was doing the Ringmaster, I understand where they're going with the Ringmaster because he was a ring general. But like, if you think some people might have gone the other way with the Ringmaster, would think the leader of the circus. So
That's what I thought when I first heard the Ringmaster. I was like, oh, is he gonna like? Does he tame lions? Or I didn't understand that they meant he's like a master of the ring. Like, why isn't he
he's
coming
like-
out with a top hat and one of your favorite things, a whip? With a whip.
you want him to come out like Big Josh with Big Bear or something?
Yeah, but what do you think of this theme? Is this one that you're like, you can be honest, you're like, oh nah, this is not a good one, or were you like, yeah, I used to
No.
kind of like this song?
No, like I said, I appreciate it. there's some things that I was like, okay, I would be against, but like I'm not into it that much. But I like this theme. Like I thought it was a cool theme. It worked good for the Stone Cold character. The Ringmaster was. I don't think it fit him that well. Even with DiBiase being his manager, it's like because it's more of like a cold theme. You said I don't know if Jim Johnson was thinking like just the persona that Austin was trying to give, maybe the look.
Yeah.
But overall, for the Ringmaster, I don't think it worked out well. But for the Stone Cold character, yeah, that worked.
Yeah, when he was, because early on as Stone Cold, he wasn't like the loud mouth Texan when he first started, and which I had forgotten until I started watching like some, I think YouTube videos on early Stone Cold. He was like very soft spoken. He was kind of supposed to be like a serial killer.
Yes.
He was like supposed to be like kind of like someone that like I think he based his character off like a serial killer. But
Yes. Was it the Iceman?
yeah, Iceman, and he kind of would talk very soft and very like, and then eventually he just kind of morphed into, I guess, kind of himself, like the loud mouth Texan, and just cranked it up to 100. But yeah, love this theme here. Let's go now to Sexy Chino's number 4 pick. I'm gonna snap. Give me a little Shamrock impersonation, Sexy Chino.
Ah!
At number 4, you've got the Ken Shamrock theme. How's about this one?
What can you? That fit. That song in general fit. Even these other one that he had, I think he's called Dangerous. That one also fit. But this one, I like this one better. The one's called the Ultimate because it has more of a beat, and it just fits Shamrock. And that's another guy that didn't get his he was becoming that really good, and all of a sudden like he started going down. I was like, it seemed they didn't care to push him anymore because Austin and other people were getting more higher than him. But overall, man, I think Ken Shamrock is like such an underrated wrestler. But I think that song fits him so well because it kind of doesn't it kind of give you like a fighting UFC vibes?
Yeah, which it's called The Ultimate. The song is called The Ultimate, which I'm sure had something to do with him coming from the Ultimate Fighting Championship from the UFC.
Remember, like they used to call him the most dangerous man, but that was only ABC, right?
ABC says he's the world's most dangerous man. Yeah, I like Shamrock too. I was even like, I didn't know he was a wrestler back then, and I remember like, because at that time I was already like a little bit of a smart fan of Smark, and but I didn't know that he had wrestled before. I was like, dude, this guy like is pretty good for a guy that was fighting in the UFC and got in the ring and did pro wrestling. He was pretty good. He would do like the Frankensteiner. I just thought he was a cool character, and he probably could have killed everybody. Like if it was a shoot, he probably could have killed everybody for reals. But I also think Shamrock was underrated and doesn't really get talked about. I kind of feel like he was he was the Brock Lesnar before there was a Brock Lesnar. Like he was like the first guy that was like a real guy. Like I'm not saying that these other guys aren't real, but like a guy that was
had the
background, like the martial arts, like like an Angle. He was a collegiate wrestler. Brock, also NCAA wrestler. Shamrock, he was like a champion in UFC. I feel like he was kind of Brock before Brock.
Yeah, Shamrock is like like the uh yeah, UFC background really helped them out as that's what they were building on, you know. And that match, remember the match? I think we said about that in your house. It's like Shamrock versus Vader
Oh yeah,
from
he
Call
beats
Day
him, right?
Hell. They're like, but man, talk about getting yeah, like they were trying to show you, hey, this is a legit guy, you know, because Vader potato him. They potato each other in this match. In that match, if you haven't seen it, yeah, check it out because like they beat the heck out of each other.
Yeah, I think I remember that. And he beats him. He taps out Vader, right, with the ankle lock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like Shamrock was like, remember, because they really built them up too. Because when they actually used them as a referee for WrestleMania 13, the Austin Brett
Oh
match,
yeah,
remember?
yeah, the submission
So
match.
they actually had, yeah, they actually had some good plans for him set up because they were putting him in that match and they made him look like a quality guy. You know, they were setting him up for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Cool theme. I liked. I think my favorite part of the theme is like the beginning, the guitar riffs. It goes dun dun dun, like the little setup before it starts. Before the actual music starts, it's like just like a guitar riff. I dig that.
Yeah,
alright.
and you know, like you said, when you hear that, you know it's knuckle up time.
It's knuckle. I'm gonna snap.
Yeah, because like he was one of the guys that literally just hit himself before he even got in the like oh, you know he was in the steps and used to punch himself and now they snap.
Damn, he did. That was before Goldberg too.
Yeah, he punched himself in the face and then he went that's when he snapped.
Yeah, yeah. Not a guy I would have wanted to see down a dark alley. Ken Shamrock, the ABC's most dangerous man at the time.
Exactly.
So my number three was Ahmed Johnson. You already played that one. You had it at
We
number
already
10.
played that one.
So that's our second repeat.
Oh, we have two repeats.
I love the Ahmed Johnson theme. I think when it was on the Full Metal album, right? Wasn't it in that album? I remember it being like in one of the albums. And
I thought it was volume 2.
Okay, I just remember loving hearing it, and I remember like I think it was Warzone, WWF Warzone, or WWF Attitude on the PlayStation. You know, you got to create your wrestler, you got to create yourself in the game, and I created myself. And what song did I give myself? Ahmed Johnson, the Pearl River Rip. Yeah, so I got that at number 3. We won't play it again. And then you've got at number 3 one that I already played. You had the Undertaker Ministry song.
No, I don't have the minister. I have the one beforehand.
Wait a minute. Which one? Okay. Let me play. Let me see. Is this any different? Because you said it's Dark Side Undertaker. Or what's it called?
Because this one's like from volume 3,
Volume 3?
this one has like no, it has I believe he has no, he doesn't talk through it at all. It's just
Volume
it has
3
more
Undertaker?
of a he has more of a beat. Yes.
Okay. Volume 3. It wasn't the one I played then.
No, yours is the Ministry of Darkness for 4 on volume 4, and I'm thinking volume 3.
Okay. It's been a while since I've played this, but let's push the button here.
We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
We're live, pals. So we're gonna now go to Sexy Chinos. I already gave it away, but let's check it out. Let's see what the difference is.
Okay, hear it.
This is it, right? And I hear a helicopter. It says volume 3, pal.
Check it out.
All right.
It sounds kind of like a bit much.
All right, let's listen to it then. At number 3, Sexy Chino has the, I guess, theme right before the ministry, but man, it sounds very similar. I can.
Yeah, no, it's got that, but like it's a little more hipped up. That's what I'm saying.
Has like, okay, so maybe it has more guitar. Is what you're saying?
Yeah,
I don't
it
hear
has,
the
like,
voices. I don't hear him talking. You know that much.
He doesn't have the voices, but it's more, like more hipped up than the other one.
You know what? This might have been the one I wanted to put at 10. Then I don't even know. Now I'm so confused. But they're both bangers.
They're both good. They're both good. Yeah, the other one has like he's talking through it and things like that. But like this one just has more of a beat.
Yeah. I do remember this one now. Because I think that this is the one we used to play on when we backyard wrestle. I think it was this one.
Oh, is that one? Okay.
We're live,
it wasn't
pal.
We're truly live then.
Yeah, but that's a cool pick. All right. I stand corrected. So that's not a repeat then. So far, repeat, Ahmed Johnson and
Gangrel.
the Brood, Gangrel. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Now let's go to my number 2 pick here. My number 2 pick, Sexy Chino. I also got a Japanese wrestler. I got Hakushi. I think this song might have come out first in 94, but I'm associating it more with 95 because that's when he had that match with Bret Hart at In Your House. I think he also had a good match with the Kid at that SummerSlam, 95 SummerSlam. Mm-hmm. So I might be bending the rules a little bit, Sexy Chino. But man, I love this theme, this Hakushi theme. It has a very subtle. It's almost very Undertaker-like, and I think for the people that read the dirt sheets and watch stuff on backstage stuff, Hakushi was supposed to be like the yin to the Undertaker's yang. He was supposed to be like the guy that was gonna fight Undertaker. He was like an angel dressed in all white, Undertaker all black. But I guess Vince McMahon took one look at Hakushi and he said, "God damn, pal. Hakushi, this guy's small, pal." And he's like, "Nope, never mind. He will not be feuding with The Undertaker." But nonetheless, I love this theme and I love Hakushi. What do you think of this theme?
Theme's good. Yeah. So this is from Full Metal. That's what you're thinking.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, like you said, Jim Johnson even said that this song was supposed to be the opposite, like you said, of the Undertaker's theme, like the White Angel. So, yeah, that's the thing with this. But if you want to talk about Hakushi's wrestler, oh my, such an underrated wrestler, really good in Japan, and pretty much, like you said, give different matches to Bret Hart. But overall, this theme did work. Because remember, how slow is it? And how slow does Hakushi walk to the ring?
Yeah, he would take his time like The Undertaker. He was kind of almost like Raiden from like his attire. He kind of looked like Raiden from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, and like the thing was like, well, his original manager, right?
Was it one of the guys from the Orient Express?
Sato.
Yeah, one of the Orient Express dudes,
Yeah,
right?
the original. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. With yeah. So it's funny, but like later on, remember he disappeared, and it was just like Kakushi by himself.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot that he disappeared at some point, especially when he was face, right? It was
Yeah,
just him by himself. Yeah.
yeah, it was. And what's funny is like what turned Hakushi face was like losing to Barry Horowitz.
Oh yeah. Oh man, we forgot the Barry Horowitz theme. That was another. That was I like that one. Dun 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 dun, dun, dun.
You
The bar mitzvah
can
song.
put it as another mention if you want.
We might have to throw it in there. The very horrible wits, as Heenan would call them. Yeah, but yeah, I love this theme. It's just like very chill. I really dig it. One of those songs that like I have on my YouTube playlist too. It comes on, I'm not changing it. Puts me
Yeah,
puts me in a calm
in a,
mood, sexy Chino.
I thought you would use this up for like when you go to the gym, slowing down. Like right next to the body dollars.
I hit my personal record while listening to the Hakushi personal record in the bench press.
Oh, that's such a motivation. He's walking slow, so you gotta take it easy.
All right, well, yeah, that's my number two. Let's check out now. Sexy Chino's number two pick. And number two, Sexy Chino's got the Mankind Schizophrenic remix version. A song that
Correct.
I had forgotten about till I listened to it when I added it to the playlist.
Yeah, and you know what's cool about this song? It's like the evolution of mankind.
Yeah. So this was like maskless, almost like, was this maskless Mankind, or was still when he was wearing the mask?
He was still wearing the mask, but he was getting like to the the wearing the tie
This
thing.
was Babyface, right?
The suit, yeah, the suit, yeah. So he was he was getting towards that. But what I like about this theme song is it's got a hell of a beat. It's pretty cool. But it's actually his old school theme song, totally hipped up.
Yeah, it's like they like McMahon probably asked Jim Johnson, goddamn pal, it's a little too slow, and he kind of like made it a little faster, added a little beat to it, right? Yeah, I had forgotten about it, but as soon as I heard it, I was like, oh yeah, I kind of remember this song, but it wasn't around very long, right?
No, it wasn't. But one of the main reasons I remember this song, and I think it works so good, and I really like the beats and it's the evolution of mankind. Is when he won the title for the first time, this song was there.
Oh, this was a song. Okay. Babyface
Yeah.
Mankind.
Yes,
Yeah,
this was the song.
yeah, it's a cool song. I like his original more, but to each their own. To each their own.
To each their own, exactly. But yeah, like you said, schizophrenic, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And the set, it was because like he used to have that to come to the ring, and he had the other song when he left,
Oh yeah, the piano, the little piano.
the piano one.
Yeah.
But like after that, when he was going to become a babyface, he stuck to this song until he got wrecked. I think he got that either right before the
Which I
Royal
never
Rumble,
I
right?
never liked the car crash one. But yeah, he the only guy that ever had two themes, an entrance and a outro, like a victory song?
I think so. We could be wrong. People told us in the comments.
Let us know.
But yeah, I think so. Cause like what Mick was saying, like when he was talking about, like I just wanted something different, and it's pretty cool. Cause like I come up with that give us any music like great, but then when I finish the match, I'm all calmed down. So they play that
It's
uh
like a sad piano.
sad piano song. So I was like, jeez.
Yeah.
But that was Mick's idea.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know
So
that. I didn't know that was
yeah,
his idea.
that was Mick's idea to think of like how it will work with the mankind persona or character.
Yeah.
So and Jim Johnson just went with it. It's like, oh yeah, this works.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool theme though. But yeah, we're gonna go now to our number ones. So let's see what we have at our number ones. I'm gonna go to my number one first. At number one, I've got the Diesel Blues. Diesel, Big Daddy Cool Diesel theme. Man, what can I say? I noticed with my list, I think from like number 5 through 10, I think they're all like Attitude Era themes. But my top 4, I noticed they're all like 95 before the Attitude Era.
New generation, right?
Yeah, they're all, I guess, the new generation themes and everything. It's, what can I say? That was like, I love that era of wrestling more than the Attitude Era, a lot more. But Diesel, after Hulk Hogan, as I'm a big Hulkamaniac. Although there are a lot of non-Hulkamaniacs now. You just watch that Raw on Netflix, and you'll see what I mean. But after Hulk Hogan, I was looking for that other guy. It was Kona Crush for a while, but then Kona Crush turned bad, right? He turned to Evil Crush.
Yeah.
I was looking for that next hero, and it became Big Daddy Cool. I was a big Diesel fan, and when he used to just come out to the the horn, that one was not a great theme. It was just a freaking diesel truck horn, like playing over and over. This one was
over
cool.
and over and over.
This one was cool. This one was almost like a. It was like, I think it was the first song I ever heard that it was like all harmonica. It sounded like, and it just had like a badass theme, like a badass vibe. It fit his walk too, like how he would kind of walk to the ring.
Correct.
He was Big Daddy Cool, so he had like that swag about him. Yeah, it also feels like it could have been a song for one of the seasons of Roseanne. I was just waiting for Roseanne to let out that loud cackle. So it's got that going for it too. But what do you think about this one? Are you shocked this is my number one?
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked. I was expecting something else, but that's cool. But like, isn't this like that's what they call it, the diesel blues? Because actually it's a version of a Bat to the Bone.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay, so it's kind of like supposed to be like like almost similar to Bad to the Bone. I can
But
kind of say,
you kind of hear it.
yeah, like
Okay.
the tone of it, yeah,
Yeah, the tone of it exactly. So it's got like, and Diesel was supposed to be this badass.
yeah,
So it worked out. Plus, like you say, you hear that. You knew as soon as you hear the truck, you knew, and then you know it was Diesel.
yeah,
So it's like another time, like we talked about the gong from The Undertaker, or the glass breaks, or like the riffs from Shamrock. You knew it was them,
yeah,
and that's what makes each song that we talk about like memorable because there was something that you knew right away who it was,
Yeah.
and they walked to that strut, or they did something that adjusted to the theme song. So yeah, man, that was good.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's my number. I got nothing else to say about it. I love this theme. A
One more thing you
playlist.
talk about Roseanne. One thing you said about Roseanne. Okay, it's funny how you said about that about
It
Roseanne
sounds like because of the
because
harmonic.
yeah, but like like what I saw on YouTube, one guy was saying like he was putting exactly which supposedly how it sounded. They said the WCW music, it was like the Roseanne version was actually a little. They took the last LaRue. It was a little of the Roseanne version. Just
Ah.
a
Yeah. Lash
little Easter
LaRue
egg or what
had
it
a
exactly. It kind of
harmonica.
sounded like Roseanne, yeah,
That's funny.
because it had that little harmonica that you're talking about.
That's funny. All right. Well, yeah, that's my number one. So let's check out. See what Sexy Chino has that as number one. This one actually shocked me. Check it out. At number one, Sexy Chino. You've got the Rocky Maivia Rocky Maivia theme. It's called the Blue Chipper.
Yeah, Blue Chipper.
Why is this one your number one?
It's like I really like the beats for it, but like it's I know even Rocky didn't like it that much, but but I but I think it's a great song because it brings so much nostalgia because you can feel it like it builds up and it's got a good beat, but it's just got that rookie feeling towards it, you know, and it reminds me of the Survivor Series when he makes
Oh
his
yeah.
debut.
Yeah, when he won the Survivor Series, he was the sole survivor. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I watched that live. I remember.
So yeah, because that, like I said, that and like you talked about, like this is our favorite songs. They're not wrong, not right, you know. So like it's just like by choice. So you told me it's like it's got to be theme songs that you really like. Well, you and I was thinking like the way you said it, it's like okay, I remember like songs that I really want to re-listen to over and over. This is one of the songs I re-listen to over and over. You know,
The Blue Chipper, Rocky Maivia. Yeah, notice with your list you have like the 95 themes kind of sprinkled in. Like you have mostly I think like the most of it are like more attitude era, but you have like oh no, you have like 50-50, but they're kind of just sprinkled in, like all shuffled. It's not really like a pattern. So that's cool. We got a little bit of each, a little bit of attitude, a little bit of new generation.
correct.
Yeah, very cool theme. Sexy Chino. Actually, it's pretty cool theme, but I could see why like they changed it later on. I don't think you could see like The Rock when he became The Rock come out to that. Like it
No,
wouldn't
no,
have fit
that's what I
that vibe.
say. Like it worked. It worked for Rocky Maivia. It wouldn't work for The Rock.
Yeah, exactly. But now we're gonna listen to some songs that didn't make our list, but were honorable mentions. So kick up your feet, grab a snack, or check out these themes that were honorable mentions. I think these songs easily could have been on our list, but there's only
Truly.
10 room for 10 each.
WWF the real deal now. Gonna kick your sorry ass out on the street. That what you got? You used to think you owned the street. Well, pack your bags and your ass is dead meat. Victory's sweet. Bring it on. Here's your receipt. Bring it on. What you gonna do about it? Bring it on. Is that what you got? Bring it on. And what you gonna do about it? Bring it on. Gonna kick your sorry ass, but what you gonna do?
We are the nation, come alive and in color. Don't diss the man, overblown, rush your mother. Listen what I'm saying, it's for real, not playing. Farouk is the man, hit your knees and start praying. Nation, a domination. Got power like the bear, but quick like the cat. Put two and two together, feel your face on the mat.
You didn't know? Your ass better call somebody!
Sexy Chino, those were the honorable mentions. A lot of bangers. One we omitted, I think, was a DX. I just realized that was probably a big honorable mention. Not in my top 10, but it's a cool honorable mention one. But you can't pick them all, Sexy Chino. What are you gonna do? Can't pick everything.
You can't. You can't. You literally can't.
Yeah, there's a lot of ones that are not on here. I'd be interested to find out. Put it if you're watching on YouTube. Put it in the comments. What's your top 10? Or let me know on retrotiburon.com. Send me a message. I'll read it next time I have Chino on, or leave me a voicemail there. But it is tradition around here, Sexy Chino, to play a little trivia game before we wrap up the episode. So we're gonna take a little commercial break, play a little trivia game, put Sexy Chino to the test after these messages.
Experience the deafening thunder that is Vader. The dementia that is the deranged mankind. The haunting mystery that is the Undertaker. And the unrelenting rage that is Stone Cold Steve Austin. Experience WWF The Music Volume 2. There are 15 of your favorite WWF original jams in all. To order, call 815-734-1161 or send a check or money order to the address on your screen. This album is available in stores, but why delay? Get yours now. WWF The Music Volume 2.
All right, Sexy Chino. So this is what we're going to do. I feel like I've been building up your confidence, reading you some WWF trivia questions, lobbing you a little bit of softballs, if you will. I think it's time to reintroduce the infamous Wrestling 20 Questions. Do you remember Wrestling 20 Questions?
Yeah.
I don't think you've ever gotten one right.
No, I don't think so.
I feel this might be your day. This could be your day, Sexy Chino. So this is what we're going to do. You have to ask me. So this is how the game works for those of you that have never heard Chino do this. I'm thinking of a wrestler. He has 20 questions to find out which wrestler this is. The catch is he can only ask me yes or no questions. So it's 20 questions, including, is this wrestler X? So I might give you a clue. And maybe I'll give you another one if I see you're struggling. This wrestler was in the WWF around these years, 95 to 99. He might have been in the later half, he might have been in the early half. But he was around wrestling around one or two of these years, maybe all 4 years. Okay, so let's fire away. First question.
Okay. All right. Is this wrestler a former champion?
Oh, man. I should have done my research beforehand. Hold on, let me look it up. We're live, pal. Let me push this.
We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
All right, let me look at this person's history. Okay. We'll cut all this out here.
You got a lot of editing to do.
Did he? Yeah, a lot of editing. Okay. No. He never won a title in WWE. That's question one.
All right. Is this wrestler over 300 pounds?
Let me look at this wrestler's weight. Yes.
Okay. Is this wrestler the same has had many different gimmicks.
From what I've seen, he's pretty much been the same gimmick all the time.
Okay, is this wrestler retire?
Yes. Like he might be doing indies, but he's not on AEW, WWE. But I have a feeling he's pretty much done. That's 4 questions.
Okay. Okay, is this wrestler been in the pay-per-view?
Been in a WWE pay-per-view. Let me see. Yes, he was in a pay-per-view. 6 questions.
Okay. Is this wrestler from outside the United States?
No.
Is this wrestler any songs we put out of our list?
No. We actually didn't put his on. So that's another clue. It's a he.
Is this wrestler been in a Royal Rumble?
Damn. That's a good question. I don't know. If he was in it, he didn't make an impact on me. He didn't do much in it. We'll still count that as a question. God damn it. That's 9 questions. At 10, I'll give you another clue. So ask one more question, I'll give you a clue at 10.
Okay. Is this wrestler ever been main event?
No. It's a big no. A big no. So here's your other clue. He wears face paint.
He wears face paint. 300 pounds. But you say he's never won a title, right?
That I see, no, not in WWE or WWF.
Never won. And is this wrestler did he wrestle in the 80s?
No. At 15, I'll give you another clue.
Okay. Face paint. Is this wrestler is he this wrestler second generation?
No. If he happens to be, he's not somebody that I've ever heard was his dad. But I think it's a strong no. That's 12.
Yeah.
Three more, and I'll give you another clue.
Alright, face paint. Is this wrestler ever wrestled Bret Hart?
No, I doubt it. I don't know. I don't think they ever. Here's another clue. I don't think they ever cross paths.
Didn't cross paths. So it can't be 90s. Is this wrestler wrestling the Attitude Era?
Yes. One more question, I'll give you the clue.
Hmm. Okay. Is this wrestler ever been on Raw?
Yes. That's 15. There's another clue. Another clue is he doesn't wear traditional wrestling gear.
Editor, face paint. He doesn't. Attitude. Okay, is this wrestler or pay-per-view? Retire. Is this wrestler ever wrestled Owen Hart?
I think he might have been around while he was around. If he wrestled him, it wasn't at a pay-per-view. It might have been like maybe a shot Sunday Night Heat or a Raw or SmackDown, but I don't remember seeing the match between him and Owen. And what the hell? I'll give you a clue at question number 19 before you have to guess who it is.
Okay.
You're at 16 right now.
I was 16. Is this wrestler ever wrestled WCW?
No. He's never wrestled WCW.
Is this wrestler is this wrestler ever wrestled the Mean Street Posse?
Mean Street Posse? He might have not even been around when they were around. If they did, I don't remember them wrestling, but I think he might have not been around while they were around. If they were, it was like they barely crossed paths. But no ever like feud with the Mean Street Posse. I got one more question.
One more question. Alright, dang. Like you always go over there.
I'll give you a clue after this question.
Alright. Is this wrestler ever been in a major angle?
When you mean major, you mean like world title? Or
No, like an angle.
he was in angles, but they were like lower card. Maybe going up to middle card, but nothing major. Like he didn't make like a big impact in WWE. So that's 19. So I'll give you a clue.
Okay, give me a clue.
So he didn't wrestle for WCW, but he might have wrestled for another big North American company at that time. Prior to coming to WWE. So let's think about. Let me give you the clues that you've had. He's over 300 pounds. Wears face paint. Not the traditional wrestling gear. Never won a title in WWE. And he wrestled in WWE, but prior to WWE, he might have wrestled not for WCW, but another North American company at that time. You could call it the number 3 at that time. Number 3 North American wrestling company.
I know who number 3 is. ECW.
Who? Yeah.
But I trying to look at the roster.
Are you cheating?
Oh, no.
No, Google.
Because you said number 3. Never won a title. And he has face paint. So there's only one wrestler, right?
It's one wrestler. One wrestler.
Okay.
One
I think it's a tag team. I'm thinking of a tag team, but you said there's only one wrestler.
All right, Chino. Well, I'm going to give you like 20 seconds, and then I'm going to ask you to take a guess.
All right. Okay. Never mind. Okay, I think I got it.
What is it?
It's Crush.
Damn, I feel like that's the second time you've guessed Crush. That is incorrect, sir.
All right, who is it?
Since this is a wrestling themes episode, instead of telling you, I'll play the theme. Besides, he kind of has a banger of a theme. He's over 300 pounds. Wears face paint.
Yeah, you're right.
Not traditional wrestling gear. Wears Daisy Dukes.
The Blue Meanie, huh?
He wrestled for ECW and he wrestled for WWE. Never won a title in WWE. The Blue Meanie. I kind of was like, I think he might get it towards the end.
Oh yeah, Crush never worked these though. I was thinking face paint. I was trying to work it out. Face paint. Yeah, you're right.
But as this song plays in the background, what do you think of this Blue Meanie theme? I think it might be a stock theme too, but I dig it.
Yeah, it's like it's a cool theme. You know, it fits what the Blue Meanie was supposed to be. You know.
Be honest.
Yeah.
Did you ever bust the Blue Meanie dance when you would hear this song?
I don't remember exact movements of the Blue Meanie dance.
You would do like the little hands like that. You put like the little hands.
I think because like Blue Meanie was in 2000, right? WrestleMania 2000.
Yeah, it says 99 through 2000. I mean 98 to 2000.
Yeah, because like he was in because if he was because like the Blue Meanie was in WrestleMania 2000, and then if I'm correct, when I created my wrestler, I actually gave him that theme. So did I?
That's what you should have asked. You should have asked, did I use this as for my created character in WrestleMania?
Oh yeah, that would have worked. I'm thinking of like face paint and like ECW, but I totally screwed up because the ECW is a great clue. But I'm thinking face paint. So I'm thinking, who the hell has face paint?
I thought that was gonna be the clue that took you over the top that you were gonna be like, oh, okay, I know who it is.
Because I was thinking IGP.
I see. Yeah. What is it?
Because you said face paint. So
Shaggy, what's his name? The big guy, Shaggy J.
Shaggy, Two Dog, and Violent J. So I was like, that's what I was thinking. Tag team.
Oh, okay.
But you just said one, so I was like,
well, you were close. All right, Sexy Chino. We're gonna take a commercial break and wrap it up.
It's the first thing you hear before your favorite WWF superstar enters the arena.
You smell what The Rock is cooking?
Now you can own the very same theme music today's hottest superstars take to the ring. WWF The Music Volume 3 features the greatest entrance music themes of the World Wrestling Federation's greatest superstars.
Make an impression. WWF The Music Volume 3. Available at all fine music and video outlets.
All right, Sexy Chino. Well, that's our time for this episode. Thanks for joining me. Before we go, why don't you let the people know where to find you? Where can they find you? And where on social media they can find you? And where, if you're out in SoCal, where can they find you?
yeah, well, like in social media, you can find me at Dance Chino Dance. That's on Instagram and the Twitter. I can't stand X, the name. But yeah, so and yeah, you guys can check out some stuff I've done for like at Wrestling Pro Wrestling on Instagram and on the Twitters at Wrestling PW.
There you go, pal. As for me, Retro Tiburon on all the social medias. If you're listening on the audio end, I'm on YouTube, Retro Tiburon. I do live streams. I do swap meet vlogs. I do pickup videos, live stream video games. And yeah, I mean, let us know in the comments if you're watching on YouTube or at retrotiburon.com. Leave me a message or leave me a voicemail. Let me know, like, hey, how did you guys leave out this song? Or, oh man, I wish you wouldn't have put that song. I hate that song that you guys put. Let us know. Let us know if we missed any. For me, the big omission, I think, was DX. But like you said earlier, this is our list. This is what we liked.
It truly is on this.
Yeah.
It truly is.
Somebody else, I feel like Attitude Era fan would have had just like all the Attitude Era stuff and maybe no New Generation stuff, right? But
truly.
But we're wrestling nerds. We were watching before the Attitude Era when nobody thought it was cool to watch wrestling but us wrestling geeks. Yeah, but that's it, Sexy Chino. I think I was kind of digging that little Blue Meanie song. I was kind of like not much of a dancer, as you remember when I used to go to the clubs with you. A little bit.
You don't
more,
move much.
Yeah, I don't move much. I'm more of a drinker, if you will.
Yeah, just stay on the wall.
More of a wallflower, pal.
Wallflower.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. When I was listening to that little Blue Meanie theme, my hip started gyrating. I felt like the little shoulder movement while playing that Blue Meanie thing. So I think I'm gonna play us out with this Blue Meanie theme.
Go for it.
This is an honorable mention, Sexy Chino. I'm sure it's one of your honorable mentions. See you guys on the other side.
It worked.